What's cracking, guys? Omar Yusuf here, back with another video. This is a monster video. I'm going to piss off every single fitness content creator by coming after them. I'm kidding, but not really. The Nipples, Jeffrey Nipples. He puts out sensational information. He's amassed over 3 million followers on YouTube, around 1 million on Instagram, and he posed a simple question. But within that question and the answers people gave is the kernel of a fundamental problem within the fitness industry, and it's something I think it is still plagued by that needs to be solved. He said, someone knows everything about lifting, but doesn't lift. They don't even lift. Are you taking their advice? 38% said yes. 62% said no. It is assumed if someone knows everything that they have the experiential component. They might not currently do the damn thing, but they know what it's like to squat. They can give the technical advice. They know what it's like to be in the trenches. They have an all-encompassing level of knowledge. So a lot of people were focusing on that. They're not doing the damn thing. But really, this is the question at play here. Who do we follow and why do we follow them? Jeff then asked different permutations of essentially the same question, juxtaposing someone who has more experience or more results within themselves versus someone who has more objective knowledge, objective levels, either research-based, scientific, or has practically coached more people. So person A is more jacked than person B, but person B knows more about training. Who are you more likely to listen to? 80% said person B. That makes sense. So the person knows more about training. And again, there's a few different permutations. The one I'll focus on right here, person G has a PhD in exercise science, research focused on bodybuilding, and person H is an IFBB pro bodybuilder, Olympia level. We're talking Ronnie Coleman right here. Who would you rather take advice from? Eric Helms or Ronnie Coleman? And 67%, 2/3 said Eric Helms, 1/3 said Ronnie. Shout out Ronnie, I'm still a big fan of you. And that is, that's an interesting take, but it all gets back to the same question. Who do we follow and why do we follow them? I think too many people will overemphasize the individual results of their favorite guru rather than what they're saying.
I'm going to attempt to eat my body weight in testicles today.
Because it's far harder to evaluate what they're saying untethered to their physique. In other words, a lot of people are enamored by the body they see, the hunk they see before them for advice, rather than the actual advice they're giving.
Absolutely total control right there.
Because it is, once again, fundamentally different between the ability to produce results for yourself and the ability to produce results for others. Because again, let's ask this question. What produces differences and results between individuals? There are two essential components for that. Genetics, which we cannot deny, and then also what they do. Okay, of the effort or the training or the nutrition. There are some people right now who have never lifted before that could deadlift 500 pounds for the first time. Is that you? Probably not.
You're not that guy, pal. Trust me. You're not that guy.
Who do you think you are? I am.
Now, that person probably has a lot better genetics, and it's undeniable. We can't escape that conversation. I think a lot of people want to, because they want to believe that it's all their hard work.
Who's one more to carry the boats?
You're gonna do it. You're gonna do it. You're gonna do it.
And I'm not denying your hard work. I think to get the results you're after, you have to bust your ass, plain and simple. But when you compare yourself to other individuals, it's the combination of the two. And there are some people, doesn't matter if they're natural or not natural, is that we'll simply look at the biggest, baddest mofo and assume that person knows the most. But once again, this can be a result of genetics and the differences therein, which are actually pretty substantial when you think about it. Think about any physical trait. You can't will yourself into existence and grow suddenly 6 inches taller. You could train once again very hard and get excellent results, but can you get to the tippity top? Maybe, maybe not. No one knows your genetics, but the overemphasis on your results and the underemphasis on the results you could produce for others, I think is very important. And that's exactly what I want to talk about. When we think about powerlifting, because I know a lot about powerlifting, strength training, it's the place I've immersed myself in. Who do the top level lifters follow, or who do they listen to? Who are their coaches? They are the coaches that produce consistently the best results. Powerlifters don't take a look at another coach and think, what's your best squat? Like Joey Flex is an example, who is a very respected and notable powerlifting coach. He squatted, I believe, 700 pounds. When he was actually powerlifting, he was very strong. But does any top-level athlete procure his services because they took a look at his IG, said, damn, Joey squatted 700 pounds, I want to follow what he's doing? Or instead, did they take a look at the body of his results, right? The world champions, they take a look at the results. And I think that's a schism between the two populations. And I think those more inclined towards hypertrophy or getting swole, not necessarily competing, get too enamored with the hunkiness of their favorite zaddy rather than the level of information they're giving out.
It's called somatypes.
I will never forget the day that I first put on a tank top in 2012 for this channel and I filmed a video. Suddenly everything I started talking about seemed like it was making more sense for a lot more people. Why? Because they saw my physique, saw that I was getting results, saw that I pulled 500 pounds. He must know what they're talking about. We can't separate the two, and I'm not trying to downplay experiential knowledge and the value therein, but I am saying that some people overemphasize that to their own detriment, because for you, you should be results-based. You want to get the results for yourself. You want to know who should I follow that is most likely to allow me to succeed. So if powerlifting was the same as bodybuilding is currently, we would be listening to a lot of the gurus from the early 2000s, and some of their methodologies are now outdated. We know this with some of the research. We know this because of the amount of athletes competing that are following different training styles and the results that they're getting. People will follow what works because they want to lift the damn weight. And I think the two different groups can be described as follows. Some people are more interested in a skill-based pursuit, an athletic endeavor, which is totally fine. It also can be bodybuilding, you want to step on stage. And for other people, it's more an emotional endeavor.
I still love you.
Right? It's more about personal growth, and we might have some insecurities tethered to that, so we make more of an impulsive choice. We simply look at who looks the best and we think, that's the person for me, and we'll follow whatever they say. And I think we should hold people to a little bit of a higher standard. It is important in certain aspects, absolutely, to walk the walk, to do the damn thing, to be in the space. And that's why I think the best evidence-based practitioners, shout out to number one zaddy, Eric Helms, when we talk about 3DMJ, it's the marriage of the two. He competes, he looks great, he coaches a ton of athletes, so he has that experience, and he's also all the way in as it relates to the research, which once again, I think some people ignore to their own fault. So we see these different groups, we see how people will follow different individuals and for different reasons. And I think if you are someone most interested in getting results for yourself, you should develop greater critical thinking skills. What are you being told? Does it actually make sense? How do I differentiate between good information, bad information over time? And one of the fundamental things I would say, just in closing right here, is anyone worth their grain of salt would be open to an exchange of ideas. The true sign of a guru is someone where it's a hierarchy, top down, they'll tell you what to do and you must follow that, no questions asked whatsoever.
Never be a beta. Just never, ever do it. It is death. Is there ever a case in history where the good guys are censoring? Ever. Ever. Never. I think it's appropriate to sit down and cry at how pathetic your life has been.
But the general concept right here is that we're paying attention to what they are saying. And I think that is something that we need to stress, especially now we're in mediums, so we're YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, where it's visual based, right? So you're seeing the body right in front of you and you want to follow that. And I thought it was most interesting that one Jeffrey Nippard, one Mr. Nipples, the Kiwi King himself, when he posted on his story, those people are more inclined towards science. They want to get the results. They understand that it's important to get the right level of information or to apply it for yourself. And the answers that they gave were shocking. I think if you were to ask another, influencer, it'd probably be even skewed more towards that way of people following people that just simply look good. We must be skeptical. We must desire the results we want. We can't be impetuous with them, simply following whoever looks good and thinking, that's gonna be me soon. Stay true, stay focused, train hard, keep evaluating what you're currently doing and questioning why you're doing it and who you're following. Even myself, I made a joke. I said, hey, you should never follow someone that gives advice from a basement. And maybe you can extend that to a garage now.
Here in my garage, just bought this new Lamborghini here.
You should be skeptical, and I think that is a good thing. It will only help you in the long run, and then the application of your efforts will yield the results that you're after. I want every single person watching these videos to achieve the results they're after. That is why we're talking about these things. That is why we're critical of some aspects of the fitness industry, and we see this time and time again since the dawn of the fitness magazines, right, where you have some people peddling bullshit essentially. You need to call it out. You need to follow the good, practical information to get the results that you're after. That's all. Thank you so much for watching this video. I am very curious about your thoughts. Please share them down below. I will participate with the comment section on YouTube. I greatly appreciate everyone once again watching these videos. If you like the video, you can like the damn video by leaving a comment below, and I'll see all you guys, my rascals, in that next video. Peace.
I'd buy that for $1.
How long is it?
3.5 inches.
That's it?
It's perfect. Introducing Rascal Classic bodybuilding shorts with a 3.5-inch inseam. Not too big, not too small, just right. Now with our limited edition summer colors. Miami white, hot teal, cool coral, and neon pink.
Dang.
No matter the size, release your thighs.